The Democrats' budget is frankly an embarrassment.
With Congress far apart,
Republicans head down a very dangerous path.
In the debate over how and how much to cut the deficit, a top rating firm fired a warning shot over Washington today. Standard & Poor's lowered the outlook for U.S. credit to negative, citing a significant risk that congressional negotiations could result in no agreement.
If we think that the efforts of Congress and the administration fall short, then the rating could fall. That's the message we're sending out today.
Standard & Poor's continues to rate U.S. credit AAA, one of only 17 nations with the highest rating. But the U.S. is now the only AAA nation with a negative outlook. Wall Street reacted quickly to the ratings warning. The Dow tumbled 140 points.
We think a reminder that it is important that we reach agreement on fiscal reform is always valuable.
White House spokesman Jay Carney said Standard & Poor's assessment was overly pessimistic.
We simply believe that the prospects are better.
But S&P says the U.S. faces a significant risk of a ratings downgrade.
There is approximately, or at least, a 1 in 3 chance that the rating could decline.
And with the U.S. debt now at $14.2 trillion and rising, the consequences would be expensive.
What that means is that going forward, U.S. borrowing costs are a little bit higher, and that trickles down through the rest of the economy and increases the cost to everybody.
For example, with its AAA rating, it costs the U.S. 6.5 cents to borrow $1 for 2 years. But Greece, with a double B rating, has to pay 20 cents for every dollar it borrows. U.S. debt is still viewed as one of the safest investments in the world, but this is the first time ever U.S. credit has been tagged with a negative outlook. Katie?
And Anthony, we heard that analysts saying it will trickle down to everybody if the rating is actually lowered. How will this affect the average person in this country?
Well, borrowing costs for us are tied to borrowing costs for the government. For example, the mortgage rates are tied to the 10-year Treasury. So, for example, back in the early 1980s, when the government was paying 15% to borrow, our interest rates on mortgages were up to 18%, Katie.
All right, Anthony, thank you so much.